This morning, Paul will be presenting a speech out of the Advanced Communication Series manual. The Entertaining Speaker, project number 5, speaking after dinner. Since this is definitely not an after-dinner event, maybe we could call it a during morning coffee.
During morning coffee.
Please welcome ATM Runs, Paul Detlef, and his speech titled, "What do you do?"
Exactly, what do you do? I know we've all heard that question. It may be phrased different ways. What do you do for a living? Where do you work? And I have to admit to you, I always hated that question. Because for some reason during my very short career life, I always had jobs that were difficult to explain. It wasn't so easy like, I flip burgers at McDonald's. No, I never did anything like that. Or I'm a dentist. You know, these single syllable, simple answer type careers. I always had to say this long drawn out thing and they look at what? Well, what exactly is that? And I have to go through these long explanations. And then sometimes they'd be very excited about my career and then I'd have to go into even longer explanations. For instance, I worked for a company that specialized in selling parts for 1955, 1956, and 1957 Chevrolets exclusively. Well, if you're a Chevy enthusiast, that meant I was looking for an hour worth of, oh, I used to have one of those, it was just like that one except it was red, and all these other different things that it was not like. What do you think it's worth? Where do you think I can get one? What color do you think I should paint mine? I dreaded that question. What do you do? I'm a hobo. That presented a whole different series of challenges. But as I matured, I realized that that question many times was a way for somebody to find a way to connect with you. Sometimes just a polite way of making conversation, it was an easy intro, but some people truly want to connect. And it's a very simple way to find out where your interest may be or what you might have in common, and to build a friendship. Okay, I don't necessarily know that I want to build a friendship at this time, but I'll answer your question anyways. I also realized that what we do many times defines us. That was never more apparent to me than when I lost my job. And I spent 12 months trying to find a new career. What do you do? Nothing. I'm in between jobs. I'm reinventing myself. I still hated that question, but even more so, I don't care what job I get. I don't care how difficult it is to explain it. I just want to have a meaningful, gainful employment. What do you do? Well, now I get that question, and I like to add a little razzmatazz to it. I like going to the shock factor. What do you do? I'm an arms dealer. I run guns. What? Well, that's not totally true. It has the essence of truth. I work for a tactical weapons manufacturer. Here again, that opens the floodgates for questions. And it's really interesting. Once I let a person know, I can tell them immediately their stance on guns. Immediately. And that used to bother me because I'm very proud of what I do. I feel it has a valuable service to the country and the community. We do supply weapons to law enforcement, to prison systems, to our military, and a few strange enthusiasts. But there is still that mystique about guns. So I started doing some research into why that may be. And did you realize that before World War I, every household had at least one gun. It was a tool, it was an implement. Just like every house has a microwave today, every house has a cell phone or a phone. Every house had a gun. It was a necessity, it was a staple of what made up your household. But guns did something very interesting. Our armed forces, our police, our law were well armed, and they created a safe environment for us. We no longer felt the need to have this tool, this implement. And as time went on and it became less and less familiar to people, a unique thing happened. People became afraid of that very same tool that was protecting them and helping to provide their safe environment. Well, you always get the person who says, well, people are killed by guns. That is true. That is true. It's unfortunate. But you are 50 times more likely to die from cancer. You are 30 times more likely to die from a heart attack. You are 20 more times likely to die from an automobile accident, or drug abuse, or alcohol abuse. If I said I was a car manufacturer, you would go, oh, you kill people. If I said I'm an alcohol distributor, oh, you kill people. You don't get that. But if you say you're an arms dealer, oh, you kill people. No, I do not. That's like saying that a pencil is responsible for people who misspell words. It's the pencil's fault. We need to outlaw pencils. There's so many misspelled words in this country. I'm proud of what I do. I am a weapons manufacturer. I help our country provide a safe environment for all of us. And irregardless of what your opinion is on guns, and I respect it, there are people out there who need my products to service you. What do you do?